Welcome everyone. This is Nothing Media, and we are sitting here with this lovely lady. Hi, Rose. Rosemary, right?
Hi,
This is
Rose,
your
Rosemarijn. No, but that's too complicated. So Rose is it's good. It's all
okay.
right.
A warm welcome
Yeah.
to Rose.
Thank you.
This is not
Mm.
your first time here in Nothing FM, but it is
No.
but it is the first time for me.
Mm.
So a warm welcome to you.
Thanks, thanks.
Mm.
Great to see you.
Yeah, same here.
Ah.
Same here. So I don't know. I just wonder each time how to start, but I just yeah, I just I watched one of your videos. Actually, yesterday
Mm.
I was intending to join in a Zoom meetings, but
Mm.
something
Yeah.
something other came up, so I couldn't. But I just love the way you the way you speak. Let's say. So I thought it will be beautiful
Okay. Yeah.
to speak with you
Mm.
to ask some questions or to just to share some. Okay,
Yeah. No
let
questions.
me yeah let me ask you let me ask you something. Would you mind to tell me or to tell all those who will watching this video something
Mm.
about the story of Rose? Maybe you told this many times, but I don't
Mm.
know. You it could be a brief
I'm not
story.
speaking so much. Ah.
Mm,
Yeah, I'm not speaking so much about the story of Rose. It's not so interesting.
mm,
It's more yeah, the story of no, there's no Rose, so it's not. It's really, it's of no interest when there's yeah, it's the same story as every story. So it's not really. I can't say it's interesting. Maybe that, but the only thing sometimes I'm talking about is that seemingly moment that it was suddenly the me or that whole thing about thinking about what's going on next and what I'm gonna do and what have that suddenly didn't appear, didn't arise anymore.
beautiful. But
And
let's
then
talk about this.
and
Yeah.
that and then you could say the strange thing is it was also very obvious that there never was a me. It was more like, oh, it's when there's so much beliefs and concepts, and it's just normal to be like that and to live in the world and live your life and things like that, being busy with that. And then suddenly that whole system of trying to live your life or things like that, that isn't there. And then it's obvious there was no, how could you say, there's nothing going on. What's going on was of no meaning or no power, of no purpose at all. It just what's going on in life, like moving hands or things like that. That's what's happening, apparently also, but that's what's happening. And then that's it. And that whole thing that you think I'm here and I'm managing my life and I'm doing this and I have to pay attention. It's just a dream. And it was so obvious and so normal and more like, oh, hi, how is it possible? I didn't see that because it's so normal. It's just not special. It's not that you can go out of the street and say to everybody, oh, look, I found it. No, it's like everybody knows, of course, but it's overlaid by all those beliefs, embodied beliefs, I think. And then so I was talking to a lady this morning, and she was like a little bit talking like it because I never talk so much about this. And then she was like, I was like, oh, but I'm so amazed that people think that they can make their life work, something like that. And she said, no, I don't believe that you can't make your life work. Of course not. And I have the same thing. And then maybe 15 minutes later, she said, yeah, I'm trying to do my best to have a lot of appointments so I can have an easy life. And I was like, oh, in 15 minutes, it's completely she didn't hear it herself, and I was like, that's what normally goes on. In some way, and in another moment, it's just completely gone, and it's the old way of old beliefs. It's just so normal thinking like that. So yeah, that's what's normally happens, I think. And when that doesn't come up anymore, it's just you already knew. It's not new in a way. It's of course it was already there. So nothing did happen. Also in the same time. That was. But it was a moment I can remember. But in the same time, when I'm talking about it, it's always different. So,
Ah,
yeah.
yeah,
And
yeah.
you could say in a way, and that's also there is a deepening. So when that first happening, it was I don't know how many years ago, and then it was like there was still some doubt or some like, is there really no me? Because it wasn't clear. It wasn't like I know there's no me. That's not the case. It's just something is not happening anymore. But that's not you can't grasp it. It's something like when there's something coming up and then it's just going again immediately. There's nothing picking it up. But in the beginning, there was something, it wasn't noticed because normally when there's something coming up and you forget, you know that everybody knows. So I was like, oh, that's the normal thing. But then after a while I was noticing, oh, when I was trying to, there was some pain and I was trying to process it like I did before, like, oh, what is the pain and where did it come from and things like that. And it just didn't work. So it didn't, it was two thoughts and then it vanished. But then it wasn't noticed. So after maybe in the end of the afternoon, I was suddenly remembering like, oh, I was busy with that. And it was just not happening anymore. And then it was like, oh, it's not about being clear. It's just no issue, something like that. It's not, nothing is going, it's just not there. But you don't, it's not sure, or it's not a knowing or something like that. That's the strange thing. This is more about loss. It's just lost everything. That's I thought I will reach know me sometime or something. But it's about loss. You should lose everything. It's just there's no me. But this not only Rose has no me. It's worse than that. It's just there's no Rose. It's just a body, but it's not real. So that body is also there. It's an apparent. It's an appearance. It's not real. So there's no past. There's only what's happening. So where's Rose? There's no Rose, of course. So it's crazy, and in the same time, it's nothing. It's just easy and normal, and yeah, just doing shopping, and that's it. So yeah.
Hmm.
I like the thing that I always looked for something really simple and normal. It has to be something like that, but I couldn't. I did a lot of searching and with I was long time with Tony Parsons, and then I thought, where is that me and what is that? And a lot of knowing was going on. But I was in a meeting with Tony Parsons. I had a lot of knowing and it was very clear. And then just in a meeting, some point, it was just gone. It was just gone. I couldn't say anything about it anymore. It was awful. So that was my. I thought I'm somebody who is very clear. So that gave me something. So when that fell away, it was like, oh, it's really about loss, something like that. Yeah.
So Rose doesn't find anything. Rose did
No.
no. It's not about finding.
Didn't
Yeah.
find anything. No. There's Rose. It's not about finding. That's what people are scared, that it's a lot of scared, and people are a lot of afraid, because it's not about finding. Then you are there and you are finding something, so that's okay. But when it's about the threat of there is no one, but it's not Rose has no me, that's then you still somewhere you're there, and then you can say, oh, there's no me anymore. But it's there's no Rose. So the story of Rose, it's really nothing is important. No. But that doesn't matter. It doesn't feel like, oh, I'm not important. It's just, yeah, just live. Yeah, I don't know. There's nothing going on about how it is. It's just doing shopping, or, yeah, feeling. Can't say how it is. That's
Yeah. It feels sort of normal,
the
ordinary.
only thing I can't, it's like a way.
I think I have lost you for a while, but now it's okay, maybe?
See, the internet is unstable.
Yeah, do you hear me well?
Okay, it's work. Yeah, I hear you.
Hmm.
But sometimes it's also my internet. It's not that stable. Yeah.
It's good now. It's good.
Mm.
I hear you saying in maybe in the interview with Emerson that you hardly was able to speaking about this for a couple of years, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Could you elaborate on this a little bit? I'm just asking because the experience here is also like this, even though I was making this conversation and so forth, but there is this, I don't know, don't wanting to say anything at all.
I couldn't, I didn't know how to say it. I did talk to Tony once, then Tony Parsons, just to talk, and then couldn't even tell what was happening. So, but in the way I did speak, when he was like, oh yeah, of course. So, but it wasn't very clear. So a lot of people are talking about clarity, but in the beginning it wasn't that clear. It was, I don't know. It was in the first time, it was like, oh, when there was some stress, I thought, oh, the me is back again, because it was so convincing before that stress in the body, that's the me. But yeah, after what that's in a way you could say there can be a deepening, like there even is a falling away of, I don't even know what. Still, it can still happen that there's something falling away, and I don't know what it is. And still and I think, oh, that there's something different, but I can't even say what it is or why or something like that. But so there's a deepening, and that was after a few years. I was in a meeting somewhere, and then I was talking to some people from Holland, and then they said, I think there's something going on there, something, and can we have some meetings in Holland? So we were with like 4 people, 4 people, something like that. And I started to talk, and then I think it was still a bit confusing, like, it's not that clear as it is now. But then it was like, maybe that's an old thing, like I was very shy. I was always a shy person. So coming out with that, was really like, oh my God, this is what I was looking for, but I can't tell. So, oh my God, there was something around maybe that shyness or things like that. And then, talking with people who wanted to hear what I was saying, and then, so that went on. And then the funny thing was, there were always, sometimes there was only one, but the meetings, we did it every week or every 2 weeks. I don't remember so much. but it was always somebody. Sometimes it was one, sometimes it was four, but not that many. But that's all right. So, and it was only in Dutch. So when the corona came, it was very funny. But then there was somebody saying, but maybe you can do it with the Zoom meetings. And I was like, oh my God, no, I don't want any technical things. I can't do that. But then we did some exercise together. And then I thought, oh, well, maybe it's not that bad. So it started in English. So that was great because nobody knew me. I was only with people some people in Holland. Oh, and one time I was in America, in New York, because I know Joey from the meetings from Tony Parrs, and he said, can you come to New York? And I was like, I like to travel. So that was great to travel to New York and then have a meeting. So that was, wow, two things together. Two my favorite. Traveling and being with people, like talking about this, was great. I loved it very much.
Yeah.
But then the corona came, so yeah, we do it like this.
When you speak like this, there is this, I don't know, quality. I don't know if this is a quality, but it's joy, sharing and sharing and expressing this.
Yeah, that is there.
Yeah, there is joy.
Yeah, there's joy. And I had a meeting yesterday for the Zooms, an English meeting, and it was it's just life celebrating everything. And it's so obvious, like, oh my God, it's just celebrating, and it's celebrating pain or anything. That's just life, like you see it in little children. It's just celebrating. And we think we have to do it.
It's so much heavy work.
It's much more easy. It's much easy because it's just going by itself. You don't have to do anything. It's already there. And then most people are working to get it done. Oh my God. That's such a misunderstanding. But yeah, it's so embodied and it seems so normal. Nothing, it's just like that.
Yeah, and it seems like I don't know how to put this question. It seems like so there is this this, I don't know, belief, or how to put it, this. So the question is, does practice or any kind of I don't know, method help or do not help this? How do you, because I know that maybe you have some background in some kind of practices or meditation or something.
Yeah, I was into therapy more. I had all my life. I had some therapeutic in all different ways, and I had different kinds of therapy, but it was always like that, looking at yourself and feeling feel the feelings, things like that. So that's my background. But yeah, in the end, I wasn't so sure if it's that, because I had an ability, how can you say that, a talent, like I could see very easily when people asking questions. I could tune in some way. I don't know how I did it, but I tuned in and I knew what there was going on in that person, something like that. I could do it. So that was pain because everybody wanted to be seen by me and by that talent. And then suddenly that talent fell away during a meeting. Oh God. I don't know if people noticed. Maybe they didn't say anything about it even, but I was like, oh my God, it's just I was tuning in and nothing happened. There was no information anymore. And in the end, I think it was more a survival system. I was very good in tuning in, so I knew what was going on, so I was safe. And then sudden after that whole therapy thing and what I did with people, I couldn't believe in it anymore so much. So the clients didn't come anymore. So everything fell apart. So it wasn't yet that there was no me or something like that, but that whole system and my whole practice, all my clients, it's just vanished. So I couldn't do it anymore. But it wasn't my decision because the clients didn't come. So it was like on both sides, something like that. But yeah, that took a long time. I didn't do some work or something like that. Yeah. So that therapy, I was talking like last time about it. Therapy is also a story. It's like when there's therapy, it's just sitting, there's walking in the room. That's it. There's just the walking, is it? And then there's sitting. It's the sitting. And you think, oh, but that's not important. When I'm talking and when I'm feeling, that whole story, it's just a story. Because in the sitting, that's it already. It's so close. It's even closer than close. It can't be described, but it's already there. So nothing is needed, of course. So no method. Of course, no method. That's a story. That's confirming that there's something wrong, and we have to make it right. That's so strong. That's so deeply embodied that there's something missing or wrong or not right yet or something like. And then it whole starts the whole thing about what do I then that me is just the door. So it's like there has to be something going on because there's such a huge feeling of something is wrong or missing, and there has to be someone who can make it right. So it feels like there's an assumption like, oh, I am someone and I have a free will and choice and I can do that. So that whole dream is so embodied in could say in the story in years. It seems so true. Most people don't even think about it. I was looking for a movie. I saw that a long time ago, like a movie about what the bleep we know, something like that. And it's about that there's all particles and it's not, they don't even meet. So there's only nothing. There's just nothing. But in that movie, it's never questions that we are there. So that there's nothing going on, but we are there. And I think, how is it possible that still that belief, that's so strong? It's not even questioned, not the moment. Amazing, amazing. Yeah, that's so strong. It's so threatening that you are not there, maybe.
Yeah, it could be very, very, very threatening. Yeah, I eventually learned my lesson, or I guess I learned that you don't have to speak with anyone about this subject. There is no one there, because for most of the people, it's maybe most of them dismiss this. They just don't listen.
Yeah, why? Well, it doesn't matter so much.
Absolutely.
It's not real. There's no world. It's not real, so it doesn't matter. Well, that's going on. That's also life celebrating. Why not? Why not? Can be anything. Doesn't matter. I'm speaking with friends like in stories. Why not?
Yeah.
It's not serious. No, doesn't matter. So it's everything. Talking in stories is then otherwise you can say, oh, now I'm not gonna speak in stories anymore because I don't believe in it. That's a new way of living. No, it's everything. It's just when that comes out, oh, that comes out. I don't know why. Doesn't matter. That's life. Everything's life. Oh, wow, that's great. So I don't need to think about do I'm doing it right or have to do it so like this or what have I do. No, it doesn't matter. When you stay only, you sit there and you laugh only. So then that's there. Doesn't matter. That's you are not doing that. That's just life. Just go like that.
Yeah, it's so freeing.
Yeah. And maybe there's nothing saying or saying silly things. Well, that's what's happening. So what? That's nothing is serious. It's great.
Mm.
Yeah. That's the joy. That's the joy.
Yeah.
Mm. Mm.
Yeah, I'm laughing
Yeah.
all the time, but I can't
Mm.
help.
I could weep also when it was coming in. No, and then no, and then when it came in, like, oh, there's nothing wrong. There's no direction of no purpose. But what is done, like sitting outside or sitting inside or eating much candy or whatever, it's just nothing is wrong. Wow, if that's amazing because it was always like, oh, there's something doing good and this is good and this is not good. How can you say that? No, it's just happening. It's just laughing. Good. Okay. And that's happening. Something else, or maybe
Yeah,
there's four.
it's like all the time there is this division, like what is good or what is bad, and you should do this, you
Yeah.
should do that, you should do
Yeah.
this because it's more spiritual. You shouldn't watch
Ah,
you shouldn't watch movies. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. There's so many should and shouldn't. Oh my God. And it was before, and then in spirituality, the same thing happened again. My God, this is better to not eat sugar. Gone. It's the same story. My God. Yeah. Oh, but that's when there's a feeling of it's my life, then there's always good and bad. That's the story of me. Yeah. Mm, yeah.
Would you say that your, I don't know, relationships with your family, closest ones, they are a little bit or not so little different? How do you see them? I don't know, something like this.
But
People
there are
always
no
have.
relationships. There are no relationships. There's no relationship. So when there are when I there's there are no with anyone. So there's no it's not when there's it's not seen that here's no me, but there's never a me. So there are no relationships. Somebody comes up and then it's new. So then there's talking or walking together. I don't know, something like that. There's no past. There can be a remembering of something that was going on, but that's in that moment. Can that be there? But there's no relationship. It's just maybe there's a feeling. I don't know. So I can't say there's something different or changing because I can't see how it was before and how it is now. When it's gone, it's really gone, and I don't so much remember how it was. Sometimes there is a remembering, like, oh yeah, that was like that, but most of the time it's just gone. When I'm with someone and he's not there and he's going out, it's just gone. So there's no what's it, comparing something like that. That's not so much happening. No, that's not happening. So I have family. I have children, but yeah, but it's the same thing. Then but it's the same thing. Then there are children. I have three children and things like that in the story. But in the same time, no, there are no children. No, yeah. It's so difficult to say. There are no relationship. There are no children. There are no. My parents are not there. They are just died. But it's the same. There's nothing going on also about that they are doing things. No, sometimes some thoughts can come and that's it, something like that. Yeah.
So feelings and thoughts are keep coming. This is also one of maybe misconceptions about all this story, that you should stop experiencing some feelings, maybe some negative thoughts or feelings.
Yeah.
Could you say something about it?
Yeah. Yeah, there's feelings. They just arise. And it's not my feelings. It's not even in my body because there's no real body. It's just somewhere. Feelings are just feelings, sensations, you could say. Sometimes it's not that clear what it is. When there's really sadness, it can be very clear. But a lot of times feelings can be there, like a bit flat or grumpy or I don't know, something like that. Can be there. It's just that. And then I don't even, yeah, that's it. And that can be there. And there's nothing going on about not wanting it or trying to change it or trying to process. That's not coming. It's just not arising. It's just their feelings and then they are not there anymore or something else is happening.
There is no desire to dig into the feelings.
It's the same with thoughts. Thoughts, it is not, I am to what? To dig.
I'm sorry,
I can't hear you. What? There's no desire.
Just a second. Maybe the connection is not very stable. Do you hear me now, Rose?
Yeah.
I just wanted to.
Yeah, I hear you.
To add this, that there is no desire to dig into the feeling, to know what this feeling is, to feel it closer, or I don't know, to be with the feeling. All these kind of healing, contemplation or therapy, or
that I do that. That is not. But yeah, that I know that was going on for a long time. But when there are feelings, it's just that feeling, and there's nothing going on about doing something with that. That's not that I decided or that I had a decision or a belief not to do that. It's just not happening by itself. So there's feelings, and then why should I know it? Then there's certain feelings, and sometimes I'm trying to describe, but most of the time then I notice, sometimes it's very, I can say it, or maybe sometimes it can be different. But there's nothing going on about deep dig into it or no. No, but there's not. It's not wrong. Then that feeling is not. That's everything. So it's complete. So that's. Yeah, I don't know. That's when you talk about it, then you can say that. But it's in that moment when it's not noticed. There's no consciousness. So there's just feeling, and then there's nothing going on about that. And then when we're talking like this, I can remember. Oh yeah, then I can remember like, oh, that was going like that. Oh, something like that. But in that moment, normally there's no consciousness. So there are feelings, and that's it. Or thoughts, maybe. Of course, there are thoughts, practical thoughts like I have to make notes because otherwise I'm forgetting what I wanted to buy in the shop. So then, but and yeah, there can be any thought, but not so much about what shall I do or what about when I had a conversation with somebody and I looking back like, oh, what did I say? Something like that's not happening. That's just not happening anymore. It's very simple, very easy. very, very, yeah, a tiny life, a very simple life, not so much happening. Like when I was into the therapy, I had always a lot of stories because I was like, oh, I feel like this, I feel this, and oh, maybe I think that has to do with my mother, or maybe what he was saying last, and blah 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 blah. Like I feel and I was talking like that for hours. I couldn't imagine that was my life, talking about myself and feelings and what was happening. So when somebody asks how I can tell, oh, I was going to the shop, or I was just normal things, not so much coming. Yeah. So it's simple life. There can be pain, and there can be that, of course. But even pain is a celebration. That sounds weird, but it's amazing. It's there, and it's not, and it's just, the word pain is even not the right word, because that's so, like, the word pain is so, how do you say, like, with a lot of judgments, like pain, you don't want pain, something like that. So the word pain is not even there. It's when there's that, it's not, nothing is going on to get rid of that. It's just, it's crazy. It's there, it's not there in the same time. So there's nothing going on to get rid of that or not wanting it. No, it's just, I can say life is celebrating. It's really crazy, but it's really like that. But it's also really pain, huh? God, can be even more than before. Like, yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I can't speak to everybody like this, of course, because no one would like, oh my, what are you saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
God, it's
Yeah.
crazy.
Sounds weird and crazy
Yeah,
and all sorts of stuff like this. Mm.
yeah,
Yeah, but
yeah.
yeah, when you mention pain and sadness, and yeah, it's like there is this feeling here that everything is like more than before. You could say feelings are allowed to be,
Yeah,
or I don't know. Nor they I am allowing these feelings,
yeah.
but there is this like
No, but
full
there's
on.
no restriction anymore. Yeah, 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 yeah. Sure, that's it. Yeah, it's full on. There's nothing going on about it's not good or something like, or there something around it. It's like, woo, free. It's free to go.
Yeah, when you mention grumpiness,
Yeah.
and
Mm.
yeah, one it it happens not very often, but sometimes, like when you wake up in the morning and there is this certain kind of, I don't know, energy or something, like, and I'm just like,
Yeah,
oh, I'm grumpy
yeah,
today. So
yeah, yeah,
something like
yeah,
this. Mm.
yeah, yeah. That can happen.
Yeah, so normal.
Yeah,
Mm.
it's very normal. And then we are so used that can't be there. We have to be joyful or kind, or so there's a lot of behavior was there. And when that falls away, like everything is coming out, can come out the way it is, just as it is. Yeah, yeah. And even pain can be more strong. I'm noticed. There's nothing going on about not wanting it or trying to do something with that. So it's full on. It's full on. Yeah. Mm.
Let me see what what can I ask more. I don't know.
Mm. Mm.
Yeah, maybe some words about those who are still seeking something. or those who are afraid about the future, or what future may bring?
We don't know.
Mm.
We don't know. That's also, everybody knows. You don't know what's going to happen. We try, but you don't know. Yeah. It's already there. That's the most difficult to hear. When there's somebody there, there's always something not right. So when there's said, it's already complete, it's just this, then I can remember, I couldn't hear it. That wasn't heard. And there was like, there's a search and there's no me. So there's a focusing on, that may be the solution for the troubles, or that there's no searching anymore, or the problems, or the feeling not really good, or something like that. So you're looking for a solution, or for a goal or something. So in this time, there's a lot of non-duality speakers, and they talking about no me or something like that. And a lot of them have also a direction in it, because that's what the people want, because you want to go somewhere and have something in your hands, or to do or not to do, or to eat, or all those things. But the most difficult is to hear, and it's the difficult is it's already complete. There's no hope. It's already complete. This is it. Because there's such a longing for something, a feeling of happiness, or always freedom. And when somebody is saying this is already it, then you don't want to hear that, because then you think, oh yeah, but I'm not feeling that. I'm not feeling okay. But then I say, no, it's not about feeling okay. It's just what is going on. That's it. It's so obvious. I can't even say, how can you not see that? But it's just obvious. Yeah, but I don't want that. Okay, yeah. And then, oh my God, you can't even, it's two worlds. It's like, it's just obvious, and then it's obvious. Or there's something not wanting it, because you want a certain freedom, or certain happiness, or something for you, because it's so obvious you are there. So you want no me. Something like that. You want something to get rid of things that you don't like, or something like that. So it isn't heard. So I can say this, and it doesn't matter. When it's not heard, it's not heard. And there's already no one. So it's just that energy is going on, and that's just life in a certain energy, and then it's gone again. So it doesn't matter. There's no need to give something to people, because there's no one. There is already not only there is here no one. There is never. So it's already complete. So why should I do it? And then there are people that saying, why are you giving those meetings? Why you need to talk about this? It's not a need. It's just what's happening. But when people see it as a need, and see it as like a motivation, then they see it as a motivation. There is no motivation. But if people see it like that, then they see it like that. That's yeah. You can't undo that. Yeah, why should I? But then they see it like that. But there's no motivation. How there's nothing, nowhere to go. It's already what is. But that's so strange, because it's not even a message, because then you say what is happening is already happening. Yeah, duh, everybody knows. But in the same time, you don't. That's such a weird thing. Yeah. But I love to talk about it. I don't know why, but it's just, God, it's just such
Yeah.
a passion about that. Yeah.
Yeah, when those words resonate a lot with, with like there is no motivation,
Mm.
or why because I also received such kind of questions, but why are you doing all these videos? Isn't
Mm.
it boring?
Yeah.
Or
Ah.
I don't know, why are you speaking with those people? Or and
Yeah.
I cannot say why. It's very
Mm.
weird.
Yeah.
It's just happening. Yeah,
Yeah.
there is just impulse
Yeah.
and just writing and just
Yeah.
zooming
Yeah.
and laughing and laughing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. But in the same time,
Yeah.
uh, there are some other things that just stop happening. Like
Mm. Mm.
contemplating, looking at the feelings.
Ah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just
Yeah. Just not arising. Yeah.
mm.
By itself, it's not doing that. It's just by itself. Yeah. Yeah. Funny. Yeah.
So mentioning about the meetings. Um, eh, there is the information on your website, but can you just share for the English speaking people each
Mm.
Sunday, or one Sunday per
No, every 2 weeks. Every two
every two
weeks on
weeks?
Sunday.
Hmm.
Yeah.
There are
So
both
it's
meetings
on
on Sunday, right? Two meetings.
two meetings. Yeah, from 11 to 12 and from 4 till 5:30. But that's the Amsterdam time. So everybody has to look for itself when you are in another place.
Yeah.
How is the time? Yeah.
How do you feel
Yeah.
about having a Zoom meeting with translation? I'm just curious. I will
I
message
don't
you
like
later.
that. I
You
don't
don't
like.
like? Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Because somebody who translates, you mean?
Yeah,
Because then the whole energy, this is not about what I'm saying, it's
I know.
energetic. And then when there's somebody else in between, then there's going on something else. It's not even that I don't trust that he or she can't translate well, but it's something else happening, and it's energetic. The words are really not important. It's when you don't understand, it doesn't matter. You can't sit in a meeting, you don't understand any word of English, and still the energy is there. So it's not about the words. So I was once invited in Spain, and then we already were a lot of things going on, and then they said, yeah, I will translate you because a lot of people don't speak English. And I was like, oh, I don't want that. No, that's just very clear.
Hmm.
So it didn't happen. No, yeah,
Okay.
no.
Yeah, sure. Whatever.
I can speak French, so I do a French meeting. Next week I do a French meeting. So, but
Oh,
I'm
that's
speaking
lovely.
French. So then when I don't know the words, I do some English word in between. But so it's me talking together. So it's yeah, it's yeah. I see some people, a lot of no, some people do that, but no,
Yeah, and
I don't.
some also share that there is this certain type of energy between the because you have to pause a little bit while the translator
Mm,
translate, and there is this. But never mind.
yeah, yeah, I don't like that
I'm
so
just
much.
curious. I'm just
Maybe it
curious.
changes. I don't know, but
Maybe who
yeah.
knows? Yeah, absolutely.
It can be.
Who knows?
Yeah, yeah, who knows?
Mm.
Uh, mm,
Oh,
mm.
we are close to an hour. I'm
I
always
already.
surprised how time it's so
How
fast.
time flies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm. Great to talk. I always love to talk about this when people are open to this. It's such a nice talking. I don't know
Yeah.
why. Mm, great.
No reason. No
Yeah.
reason. Just a joy. Mm.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm.
Mm. I don't know how to end. I don't know how to begin. I don't know how to end.
Yeah. You're just laughing. We're just laughing and then it's finished.
Yeah. I'm going to stop the recording, and
Oh,
it is
yeah,
the best
that's
recording.
funny.